Welcome to Inside the Meal. We talk real fitness, real results, and the stories to prove it. Today's episode is how to still lose weight when life gets messy. And kind of an idea from Seth here. He had a real life experience just this past week of when you're not in control of the variables. You're not in control of the schedule, not in control of whenever you go to sleep. You're not in control of the food that's being served to you. And big problem with this is whenever we're always going to have chaos in our life. There's going to be times where we've got events that come up. We've got vacations that come up. We've got, the trip with the church like you had. You had a couple of trips recently with the church, and you're not in control of the schedule and what's going on, but you are in control of what you've been rooted in for a long time. And so you know that you can make those decisions and make those little tweaks that you need to in that specific environment that you're placed in, but you don't let that environment dictate the decisions that you're going to make because you know what's got you the results. And so, yeah, a big problem is there's always something that's going on. So if we let that dictate the decisions that we make, we're never going to get the consistency.
That's what happens is clients will come in for a consult, right? And they'll be like, you're interested in, want a strategy session and interested in what it is that we offer. And then it gets to that chance of like, okay, well, I think I'm going to do this. But 4th of July is around the corner or I'm going out of town 6 weeks from now. And my thing, and this is the way I look at it is that is an opportunity to build a skill set and at the same time build a mindset. Because if you can go through these obstacles that are in your way and you can work through those obstacles, then when life is just like kind of in the normal groove, then you're going to be set to win, and you're going to build that skill set as far as that goes. And that's kind of with me, old me. There was a snack shack, and that's what it was called. And dude, that
don't even sound.
I've had the. It's one that's snow cones. They're not having sugar-free snow cones in there.
Way.
You know I'm a snow cone dude. And then chicken strips, pizza, and just
bunch of
normal
snacks.
crap. So what they would do is this is what I found that was happening was serve the kids a normal portion, but they're skipping on a little bit because then the kids can go and buy all the crap in the snack shack. And that's where they kind of make their. That's where I think they kind of where they make
that's
their
smart.
money as far as that goes.
That's good marketing.
But I also know myself. And so I'm going into this knowing I'm going to be there 3 days, knowing I'm going to get crap sleep, potentially, and also knowing that I am in witness protection of a all in, all out guy. That like, if you put something in front of me, like if I go into the snack shack and I start buying stuff, then more than likely I'm going to be buying stuff the rest of the time at the snack shack. It's just going to roll into day 2, day 3, and I'm going to continue going. And so going into it, I did a few different things. One, I reached out to my coach and said, hey, this is what I've got going on. Just want to give you a heads up that this is where I'm going to be. And then this is what I'm going to have to go through. And they have something called the snack shack. And I know myself and I need to have some snacks to kind of lean on.
Yeah.
And so he gave me a list full of things like plantain chips. I took some David bars, beef jerky, coconut shreds which have a lot of calories. I didn't realize how much coconut shreds have in calories.
Yep.
I don't know where that really came from, but anyway, peanut butter, honey, just things like that. And then I took some protein powder with some rice milk and stuff like that. Just stuff that's normally in and when I would sit down to eat, it would have bun, a sandwich or something like that. I was made it where I was just like, hey, I'll have a carbohydrate, but if they have a carbohydrate with like fries and then the bun with the burger, or whatever,
double
like that,
carb,
then I'm not going to do that. So a lot of the times I would I'll pick a carbohydrate and go that route. But I think the biggest thing was like I never stepped foot inside of the snack shack. I stepped inside of it, don't get twisted, but I didn't ever get in line to go buy anything from the snack shack. I didn't spend any of my money in the snack shack. And I kind of made that as the rule. There's temptations, but then there's like long lines or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to wait in the line. And so those are the things. But then also sleep wise, I took And I prepared for that as well. It's like I took a fan because I knew that was going to be an issue, but I took my human dog bed, the Puffle too, which is like a U-shaped kind of pillow to where it's like it surrounds me, and like these beds, like legit, the thickness of this right here.
That was your mattress.
That was the mattress. So
you control what you could control.
Yeah, and I didn't. I had foods that weren't necessarily good, but then when I came back, I kept moving the whole time. I sweat like crazy.
Yeah.
Because we were outside, kept moving. I didn't work out or anything like that. And I came back and after, I was there for 3 days. I already was eating pretty good and really watching my stuff, and came back down like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Felt good.
And not only that, you came back and you went right back into the flow of what you do here. Like I saw you working hard. I saw you back into the gym. And so that's the possibility of it, right? Is whenever you come back off of a trip, instead of being bloated, instead of being fatigued, instead of taking a whole week to get back into your groove, you jump back in it like you never even left because you never even allowed yourself to stray so far away from what you do on a daily basis.
So the plan was to come back and fast on Wednesday. But when I jumped on the scale and I was like down to 212, I reached out to my coach. He's like, "Well, there's no reason to fast because you didn't put on any any extra any crap you didn't eat, which we were planning on eating." That's what he kind of had made inside of the plan that I would probably stop at a snack shack or whatever. And so that, but we didn't go right back into hard workouts.
Yeah.
My workout when I came back was some mobility and ride the bike and hold a heavy ball and just march in place. And then yesterday was a low intensity day. And so there's a reason for that too. So I kind of recover. Today I woke up with 86% in the green, ready to rock and roll and caught back up and stuff. So, I just think we all struggle with these kind of things. And so like I would say the big principle is, look at the resistance that you're going through as a opportunity to build some type of skill set or mindset that you're going through whatever you're going through, the issue that this is life in general, like knowing that you're going to get something out of it. Like there's going to be some type of exchange. Like there always is. Where there's a positive, there's always a negative. Where there's a negative, there's always a positive. And so it's like step into it with an open perspective of what you're going to learn, and then go through it. Because I'll be honest, man, it wasn't something I was looking forward to. It was something I was kind of dreading because I had a lot of stuff I needed to get done here. At the same time, I knew that this was just something I needed to do as well. So
yeah, and you got tons out of it. And the principle that I'm taking away from it is, and this is with a lot of people too, is stop feeling like everything has to be perfect, because there's going to be a lot of things in life that you're not in control of. But if you can control the things that you know you can control, how much you move your body. So looking at that, like you would have that meal and then you go move. So you're using that as fuel. And so like if you're always thinking it's got to be perfect for you to get results, that's where you end up falling off, because if it's not perfect, you go, what's the point?
I'll say too, I had some rules set in my life too.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't eat breakfast every morning. I didn't eat breakfast. I had an energy drink, water with my supplements where I put glutamine, creatine, all my minerals and stuff that I needed to get for the day. So I started that. And so I didn't have breakfast. That was another thing where a lot of people were having breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then probably snacking and stuff. The other side of it too is I had a rule that I've been really noticing, and I had to become aware of this to be able to notice it, but I've been really, really noticing that the food that I eat later on in the evening time, I wake up with, when I eat too close to bed, then I wake up with indigestion and like burping the next day and stuff like that, and just an uncomfortable feeling I don't really want to feel. And so that awareness of like, oh, that food is not getting digested the way it needs to, and then that makes me aware of, okay, well, lights were out at 11 o'clock. So if that was supposed to be the time that goes out, then I'm going to be done eating like 9:30. Well, we had actual foods like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then it goes right to worship and stuff. And so didn't have a lot of time. So there wasn't any time to like snack or eat in there. And then they opened Snack Shack up. But I already had the rule that I wasn't going to eat past a certain time. So that was another side up too, is just the rules that you have set in your life that keep them as like the guardrails that keep you in your lane. And so like, yeah, you may swerve over and hit the guardrail a little bit, and like, but then you can kind of course
Get back on
and
track.
get right back on it. And that's ultimately what I would take from it. Yeah, I could have worked out. Yeah, I could have done a lot of other stuff and things like that, but just kept the main thing the main thing, and the simple way of doing it. But then also knowing too, this is another thing. I knew that people are going to be watching me like crazy.
Yep.
And like with integrity, is like I want to act out of a place of integrity, especially when people are watching too.
For sure.
If I'm over there eating, like
Be the example.
Yeah, it's like as far as a bunch of kids watching me and stuff, and they were watching. Then that's the other side of it too. So
yeah. So for everybody listening into the live and into the podcast right now, I think they'll get a lot of benefit out of this. Let's kind of give them a travel fat loss checklist for people that are in that position. And a lot of this is kind of what you just touched on. Number one is you start your day with water. Mm-hmm. So you want to get that water in. Not only does that just give your mind some clarity, and if you have some pink salt, that's something I'm a big fan of. Mm-hmm. Avoiding caffeine right off of the jump. Mm-hmm. Just get you some water, get you some pink salt. That'll get your, get your mind sharp. And then, not only that, you're not drinking crap. You're not drinking the sugary coffee and starting your day with sugar. It's going to lead to, fatigue middle of the day. And then you're not even beneficial with what you're doing the rest of the day, because you're just drained.
When I travel, I like to fast one of those meals anyway. So whether that's, hey, I'm going to fast lunch and not have lunch, mm-hmm. or have breakfast and dinner. But like just having, because it can, when you're out and you're on vacation, you may not, but some people like to splurge or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
well, if you can reduce that eating window, and and think about that, when you start your day with a lot of water, 24 to 30 ounces of water, you're not going to be hungry in the morning because you just chug down all that water. So that's going to help hold you over a little bit.
Took a 2.5 gallon one of those Ozarka they were like spouts.
Yep.
And that's why I just kept chugging it, and just all the way around. Anywhere I was at, I was always just down in water.
That's awesome. So number one, we're starting day with water. Number two is you're walking. You're getting the blood flow. You're really just front loading your movement, which is key, because if you start your day with that kind of momentum, it's going to be a lot easier to continue to move the rest of the day. And so, 10K steps, if it's achievable, if you're driving a lot or whatever it may be, that's a travel day for you. But for most of us, we're sightseeing. We're doing stuff while we're down there. So if you can start your day with, hey, we're going to do this at the beginning of the day, and just find things to prioritize movement, that's going to be another key piece to coming back even leaner, and just controlling what you can control. And then what you did, number three, is packing your protein. So your beef jerky, your protein shakes, bars, things like that. And so protein is the most satiating macronutrients. And so if you have protein on hand, if you can eat that, and think about, I love to tell people this too, eat some protein or drink a protein shake about 30 minutes to an hour before you go into that setting where you're going to be eating dinner with your family, or where you're not in control of the food that you're eating. Because if you're putting that protein in your body beforehand, you're going to be less prone to overeat those bad foods that you face later on. So exactly what you did there is packing protein. And then, like you did, sleeping when you could. But what I love that you did is you controlled the things that you brought with you. You knew if you got hot, you weren't going to get good sleep, so you brought a fan. You knew if you were uncomfortable, you're going to be tossing and turning, laying on a board, so you brought your Snuggie or whatever, your puffle. Your puffle. So you came prepared.
Yeah, man. I washed that bad boy too when I got back home, because there's no telling.
Oh, for sure.
Stuff that was going down with my puffle whenever I wasn't in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then last piece to that is track your wins. Like, show yourself that even on vacation, you're still winning. Because if you're just like, oh, my sleep sucks, and you're focused on negative while you're gone, it's going to be that much harder to get back into the routine whenever you get back. So show yourself that even in some situations you can't control, whether it be a family event, whether it be a vacation, you can still win in those areas, and that's going to that's momentum. That momentum leads to winning whenever you get back, and then you're in control of more things. And it's easier, because then you're in control of your environment more often. So that's kind of our checklist for you.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we do is, so one of the biggest things that we help our clients with is, it's like, you only know what you know. There's tons of information out there, but when you're in the process of going through and starting to try to travel and still drop weight, or still be on a workout plan or whatever it may be, You need some guidance. You need some structure. And that's ultimately what we offer inside of the Vitality Meal is like, we got simple. The Vital Method is our method. That's our foundation, that we know that this works. Without a doubt it works. We've seen it happen over and over and over again for the last 19 and a half years. So let's keep the main thing, which is the Vital Method. Now, building on the Vital Method is everybody has different obstacles and problems and issues and injuries and struggles. And so then that's where we meet our clients where they are, and then give them that guidance to say like, well, maybe you need to go more this route. There's something that people love to do, and they love to just think that it's just like cookie cutter and like what it is, the price. Tell me that price. What's the price? It's like with integrity, like we can bring everybody in and sign them up and tell them that we can get you results and then set you up to fail by not knowing what it is that you actually need. What we want to know is what's the facts about where you are right now. What is it that you actually want to build and want to do? And then what are the obstacles that are in front of you? And then how we could potentially help you and then point you in that right direction. We have Stretch You that we can go in that direction. We have it where it's like some people may just need to come in and experience what it is, where some people know that there's like at this place is like, I've got to do something. It's going to take a while to get this done. And so that they can get a better opportunity that way, where they save a little bit of money by being with us long term. So when people are understand that what we're trying to do is guide your path, but we don't know your path until we know where you are and the facts about where you are. We don't go off of feelings. We go off the facts first. So we would love to help you. Right now, if you message us or if you comment on any of our stuff, macro, you can get to the facts about what kind of calories that you need to be eating. Calories and protein is our big focus. If you eat this many calories, this many grams of protein, and we can actually give that to you, all you got to do is either message us macro or comment macro on any of our posts on this video right now. And it will automatically email you and give you the calculator, or not email you, it'll message you back and give you the calculator so that you can plug in your information and start your macros. And if you want our help, then you can shoot us a message, or you can click on any of the ads that we have and schedule a strategy session to come in, meet with us, and we can point you in the right direction that way. So anything else?
I just love what you said about it's not cookie cutter. And that's what a lot of people see is they see, well, Susie's fasting and she's doing this and it's getting results for her. Well, Susie has no kids and Susie's 25 years old. And so like everything is a lot different as we start to age. And so that's what we do is we figure it out. It's like a puzzle piece sometimes. And we're going to be with you from the beginning until the end. And hopefully it's forever with you, but we're going to help you figure out that puzzle piece and help you get those results that you're looking for. But if you're looking for all these results from everywhere else, then it's, you're not going to find it unless you have a coach that really loves you and really going to pour into you. And that's what we do at the Vitality Mill. And you can get on our website. You can see that we have tons of testimonials, tons of stuff to prove it. And so all that's left for you to do is just take action. So I think that's all I got. What about you, Seth?
I think that's it.
All right. So for Seth, Coach Christian here, we'll see you guys in the next one.